I love stealth games, but for the last 10 or so years, they've kind of sucked. And that's exactly why I set out to make my very own stealth game, one that would hopefully give me the nostalgic feel I've been searching for all these years. Join me as I turn Operation GhostFall from an idea into a reality. Let's make a game. If I wanted to bring this game to life, I was going to need to make a plan. I sat down at my desk for about an hour or so and really thought about the features that I wanted in my game. Not as a whole, but as basics right now, as I can always go back and tweak them later on. The first step of my plan was getting the character movement component set up with basic functions, such as running, jumping, and crouching. Step 2 would be to add the animations for each of the new movements, so that the character isn't T-posing anymore. Step 3, and this is where things get a little different, I wanted to add the ability to do first and third person, but I'm not quite sure how this will turn out, so it's subjected to change later on in the video, but for now it's going to be added in. First, we need a character model for the game. I have 3 options right now. I can make one myself, pull one off of Mixamo and the animations that come with it, or I can use a metahuman and retarget all those animations to him. This option would take the longest, but it would pay off in the end as the metahumans are higher quality, and I think it would fit the design I'm going for the best. After listing all the pros and cons for each of my options, I was set on using a metahuman. I know it wouldn't necessarily be the quickest or easiest solution, but I would rather put the effort into the character now so that I'm not left with a complete redesign later down the road. After creating my character, I loaded him into my project and started working on getting him set up with proper animations. Right now, I'm taking the lazy man approach and just attaching it to a pre-made controller. This is subjected to change as I continue working. Everything was going great until it wasn't. I expected this to take around an hour or so to set up, but soon after beginning, I realized how difficult this actually be in UE5. So I ended up scrapping the idea of using UE5 and instead moved over to a new project in UE3. As this one has better support for metahumans. It also meant that I have to learn a semi-new architecture for how the input system is crafted, as that changed with update 5.1. But since I like torturing myself, I took on the challenge. After experimenting for a while, I finally configured my metahuman. Once that was all taken care of, I got to work on tweaking the speed at which you move. I started off with the walk speed and played around with the jump height until I found values I was happy with for each. I then started working on harder tasks such as adding crouching and sprinting with new animations I grabbed from Mixamo. Hey everyone, it's me from the future. Why the hell did nobody tell me that animating characters is so time consuming? Back to the video. With every step I took towards finishing up the basic movements, I felt like I was taking 2 steps backwards. I added the ability to crouch and got all the animations working with it, but doing so caused the walking animation to break after the animation for crouching had finished. And so I took everything back to the drawing board to see if I'd be able to fix this problem or if I would have to find a new way to get the animations added. In the end, I spent around 7 hours rebuilding the movement controller from the ground up, since my previous attempts led to dead ends. This process taught me that putting my full focus into learning something new can lead to success. With the basic movement sorted out, I began creating the first level to have an environment for testing out the newly added features. If you're as excited as I am to see the progress I've made, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming video. I'll see you in the next one.